Nick Spencer and Matthew Rosenberg get magical this issue as Doctor Strange joins the battle against Kindred, while Mary Jane learns some new startling developments in the life of Norman Osborn. But even with Doctor Strange and Black Cat aiding them, the Order of the Web will have their work cut out for them as they head into the Astral Plane to rescue Peter Parker's very soul. Continuing their great stories from the last tie-in, Spencer and Rosenberg expertly balance all of the running plot lines, with this issue focusing a little bit more on the Doctor Strange story in the Astral Plane and MJ's current predicament. I really enjoyed her portion of the book the most, despite it all being talking with Norman in a room. We get a really good sense that Norman really does want to turn over a new leaf, and he is legitimately sorry for everything he has done. But again, also, much like how MJ does at the exact same time, we too don't really want to believe him, considering everything he has done to Mary Jane and Peter over the years. Sin Eater's continued crazed cult leader direction was so much fun, and I love it all came back round to Spider Island. Spencer and Rosenberg drawing from all eras and stories in Spider-Man's long history is fantastic, and I enjoy that it's always a reference or a callback that can move the story forward. It's not fan service for the sake of fan service. Again, what more can be said about Federico Vincentini? In his art in this series continues to be awesome and so much fun to look at. I love his Doctor Strange this issue, which really gets a lovely action page where he saves all these cars from the bridge, and his designs for the gross spider people we see near the end of the book are really great. They're monstrous and just really look disgusting, and I can't wait to see more of them next issue. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 52.LR continues the really great Last Remains storylines, this time focusing on MJ and Norman's little storyline that looks to be building towards something quite big that will probably no doubt take place in the finale of Last Remains as we quickly head towards that. The art continues to be utterly fantastic and again delivers some great action moments, and this time some really great monster designs that I'm looking forward to seeing again. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. The Amazing Spider-Man issue 52.LR sees Sin Eater's cult steal a bunch of samples from a lab, killing the scientists before making their high-speed escape. Mary Jane meanwhile wakes up in the care of Norman Osborn, who reassures her that she need not be alarmed since she is in safe hands now. Back on the bridge, Silk and the rest of the Spider family awaken from their possessed haze, not knowing what happened. The people panic and flee upon seeing the heroes, and Spider-Woman doesn't understand what's happening, but everyone is running and they need to get off this bridge. She does think that they destroyed the bridge as the family get to work trying to help those who need it. Spider-Girl rushes to a woman's aid, but before she can reach her, she falls. Luckily, Doctor Strange's timely arrival rescues the woman and everyone else on the bridge with his magical ropes. MJ meanwhile does her best to stay away from Norman, who tries to tell her that he needs her help. MJ isn't buying it, trying to leave, but Norman blocks her way, prompting her to smack him in the head with a lamp, escaping for the door. Norman says that someone is in grave danger, and MJ thinks she means Peter, and of course he is, since Norman's the one causing the danger, but Norman reveals he's actually talking about Harry, which makes MJ stop. As Doctor Strange fixes the bridge, the Spider family are met by Black Cat, who wants to know what this is all about. The family have no idea how they actually all got there, with Miles remembering the last thing he remembers was being in a ship leaving Ravencroft. He suddenly remembers being possessed and attacking Spider-Man in a fit of rage. Doctor Strange's astral projection says that that wasn't exactly them, since they were under the influence of Kindred, a very powerful demon. Black Cat reveals that Spider-Man is in danger again since he took matters into his own hands rather than listen to Strange, leading him to stealing the hand of Vishanti from him. Steven knows that had he not done that, none of this would have happened, and now he can't locate Peter, but luckily Madam Web can locate Peter, just not at the bridge. MJ meanwhile thinks Norman is lying about Harry being back, but to prove he's telling the truth, Dr. Kafka arrives, backing up Norman's claims that he's been cured of his sins by Sin Eater. MJ doesn't think that someone can just wipe away sins, especially sins like Norman's, whose stains never really come out. Norman understands why MJ hates him so much and she deserves to, but this isn't about him, it's about Harry. MJ says that that's the other part she's not buying, since the last time she saw Harry, he was fine and putting everything his father had done to him behind him. Norman knows that it is his son, and it's not possible to trust him, and thanks to all of the lies over the years, the truth would only cause more pain. MJ finds that a mite convenient that he can't tell her the truth, but Norman wants her to look inside herself since she knows Peter has been having nightmares, and she's felt the threat over her as well, meaning she knows something is different now, and he doesn't need to tell her Peter's life is in danger, but he is telling her that she's the only one who can save him. Sin Eater meanwhile continues his prayers to Kindred when his men from the lab return, giving him the vials which they stole. The villain reveals that it's a bioweapon that Spider-Queen let loose on the city a while ago, using it to turn the infected into something more terrifying. They wonder what he'll do with it as Sin Eater smashes it on the ground, sealing the men in the garden as they all gruesomely transform into spider people. With the spider people as his bait, Sin Eater sets his sights on Morlun, knowing the suffering the man understands, having lost his family in Spider-Geddon before being imprisoned in a lab. Stanley knows that this will be his greatest test, as at the Sanctum Sanctorum, Doctor Strange asks what the plan is again, learning from Jennifer that Stephen was going to use the Hand of Vishanti to find the demon who possessed them, using Peter's connection to the Web of Life to track him through the astral plane, but he ran into a complication which stopped the procedure, therefore the sorcerer will instead use them to track Peter through the web. Jennifer knows that Stephen was going to come up with this idea soon, but she thought she'd save them some time. Stephen finds the clairvoyance abilities to be rather infuriating, as does Spider-Girl, who agrees with Stephen, but knows that if this plan gives them some sort of payback against this demon, then she's in, as is the rest of the family. Black Cat asks what she does now, and Stephen tells her that she isn't going to do anything since she's staying behind. Felicia isn't happy about that, wanting to be part of this, but Stephen reassures her that she will, since she'll be there to guard the Hand of Vishanti. Conjuring up his magic, Stephen trusts Black Cat won't abscond with the hand the second they leave through his portal. He tells the Spider family to brace themselves, activating the portal and disappearing into the astral plane. Black Cat thinks about stealing the hand again as Stephen welcomes the family to the astral plane, where a possessed Mary Jane watches the family from a nearby roof.